A very pleasant morning to all my dear children. Welcome back to English Online class of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. How are you all doing, children? I hope you all are doing great. You all are staying safe and healthy at home. Yes? Okay, children. Let's begin our today's session. Today, let's discuss the last part of our lesson 12 clauses. That is, tenses and conditional sentences. So, in today's session, we will see how tenses are used in conditional sentences. And what do you mean by conditional sentences? Conditional sentences are used to express real or imaginary situations. So we use conditional sentences to talk about real or imaginary situations for both the purpose, for denoting the real situations and also for denoting the imaginary situations. So conditional sentences are also called conditional clauses or if clauses. So what are the other two names for conditional sentences? They are also called conditional clauses and also if clauses. Now, why do we use conditional sentences? Conditional sentences are used to express the condition of one thing depending upon another. That means conditional sentences are used to express that the action in the main clause take place only if a certain condition is fulfilled. So an action in the main clause can take place only if a certain condition is fulfilled. Okay. So let's look at some examples and we make use of these conditional sentences in our daily life. Mostly it is used by our parents. Let's see examples so you get to know it better. For example, if you complete your homework, you can play with your friends. See, which is the main clause and which is the subordinate clause, children? These conditional sentences also have two clauses. They are the main clause and the subordinate clause. By now you all are thorough about what is the main clause and what is the subordinate clause. So identify the main clause in the sentence. If you complete your homework, you can play with your friends. You can play with your friends. That is the main clause because that particular group of words can stand alone. That is independent. Okay, that doesn't depend upon other group of words in the sentence. So that is the main clause. Now, which is the subordinate clause? If you complete your homework, that particular group of words cannot stand alone. That has to depend upon the main clause for the completion of the meaning. Okay, so that's why it is called subordinate clause. And did you notice that particular group of words started with, or that clause started with if? That's why that group or that subordinate clause is called if clause or conditional clause, because conditional clause usually starts with if, with the word if. That's why we call it as if clause. And that clause is a condition. What is the condition put forward by your parents? That if you complete your homework, only if you complete your homework, you can play with your friends. So that is a condition put forward by your parents. So our parents used to put forward such conditions, isn't it? Yes. Only then we will complete our task. So that's why I told you in the beginning, conditional sentences are used to express the action can take place in the main clause only if a certain condition is fulfilled. Only if we fulfill that condition. What is our condition? Or what is the condition put forward by our parents that we have to complete our homework? Only if that action is fulfilled, the other action will take place. What is the other action? That we can play with our friends. I hope you understood. Shall we see some more examples? Another example, if I save money, I will buy a guitar. If I save money, I will buy a guitar. Okay, here, which is the condition, children? If I save money. So that is the condition. Only if that condition is fulfilled, what can we do? We can buy the guitar. The other action will take place. So only if the condition in the subordinate clause is fulfilled, the action in the main clause will take place. So I hope you understood how our conditional sentences are, isn't it? Yes. Now, conditional sentences, I told they have two clauses, that is the main clause and the subordinate clause. Okay, and the subordinate clause is called the if clause or the conditional clause because the subordinate clause in the conditional sentences starts with if. Okay, that way it is called if clause. So now let's see the four types of conditional clauses. So let's look the types of conditional sentences. There are four types of conditional sentences. They are 0, first, second and third. 0 conditional clause, first conditional clause, second conditional clause and third conditional clause. Let's see the first one, 0 conditional sentences. When do we use 0 conditional sentences? So we use 0 conditional sentences to talk about things that are usually true. If we want to mention or refer to true statements, then we can make use of zero conditional sentences. And for that purpose, we use simple present tense. So you know that simple present tense are used to denote permanent truth, isn't it? We use it for permanent truth and also to refer to habitual actions. Actions that becomes part of our habit. Okay. So here also we have to use simple present tense. For zero conditional sentences, we have to use simple present tense. And let's look at the same examples that we referred before. Okay. For example, if I wake up early, here, which is the tense, children? Wake up. That is simple present tense. I go for a walk along the beach. Go is again a simple present tense. So that's why it is told that for zero conditional sentences, we use simple present tense. Next one, I walk home instead of taking the bus. In this clause, which is a simple present tense, that is walk. Walk is a simple present tense. If it's not too hot, it is. I hope you notice that in the subordinate clause. Again, that is simple present tense. Okay. Now let's move to first conditional sentences. Why do we use first conditional sentences? We use first conditional sentences to talk about real or possible situations. Situations that are likely to happen. Okay. That may happen. So for such situations, we can use first conditional clauses. And we use simple present tense in the if clause. The clause that starts with if. That is the subordinate clause that starts with if. For that, we use simple present tense. And what do we use? Simple future tense in the main clause. So main clause will be in future tense, simple future tense, and if clause will be in simple present tense. Let's look at the examples. If Danya is free on Saturday, we will ask her to join us at the picnic. Here the main clause is we will ask her to join us at the picnic. How do you know it is in simple future tense? Because of the word will. Okay. So that is in the simple future tense. Now let us look the if clause. Which tense have we used there? If Danya is free on Saturday. Is. If Danya is. Is shows that it is in simple present tense. Let's look at the next example. Vignesh will paint the fence tomorrow if the day is bright and clear. Vignesh will paint the fence tomorrow. That is the main clause, and the main clause is in simple future tense. How did you know that? By the usage of the word will. Okay, will paint. Next one, the subordinate clause. If the day is bright and clear, and it is in simple present tense. How do you know that? Because of the word is. Let's look at the next type, that is the second conditional clause. The second conditional clause is used to talk about unreal or impossible situations, that are not likely to happen. Unreal situations. So in the if clause, we will use simple past tense, and we'll use models like would, could, or might in the main clause. Let's look at the examples. If I were a king, I would gift a house to every homeless person. So which is the main clause? I would gift a house to every homeless person. That is the main clause. And did you notice that a model is used in the main clause? Which is that model? Would. Next is a subordinate clause. If I were a king. That is a subordinate clause, and that is a if clause. And that is in simple past tense. How can we know that? By the usage of the word were. Were is used to denote past tense. Isn't it? Yes. So it is in simple past tense. Look at the next example. I would take your dog out for a walk if I had time. Now, which is the main clause and the subordinate clause in the sentence, children? I would take your dog out for a walk. That is the main clause. Till walk, it is a main clause. If I had time, that is a subordinate clause. That is a if clause, and that is also the conditional clause. Now, in the main clause, we told that we can use models. So, which is a model used in the main clause? That is would. If I had time, that is in simple past tense. How do you know that? By the usage of the word had. So I hope you understood the second conditional sentences also. Now let's look at the third conditional sentences. Third conditional sentences are used to talk about a hypothetical situation. Hypothetical means an imaginary or a suggested situation which need not be a real or true situation. Okay, a situation that happened in the past and which may lead to a different situation in the present. Okay, so the if clause should be in the past perfect tense. Past perfect means had plus third form of the verb. Had written, had spoken. Okay, or past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. The form is had been writing, had been singing. Such is a past perfect continuous tense. Now, the main clause will have could, would, might, should, plus not, have. So, not will not be there always. Sometimes the sentence will have not. Okay, that's why it is put in brackets. Plus past participle form of the verb. Past participle means the third form of the verb, like written, spoken, sung, drunk, such words. So there are examples given. So look at the examples, children. If Harish had not raised an alarm, the burglar would have been caught. So if clauses, if Harish had not raised an alarm, that is the if clause. The next part of the sentence is the main clause. So children, I hope you understood all the conditional sentences. Children, I hope you understood today's topic clearly. So try to do the textual exercises by yourself, okay? And if you find difficulty in doing the exercises, you can check the notes that have been attached. Okay, children? So this is our last lecture video session of this academic year. Okay, we shall soon meet for our revision sessions. So children, do attempt the test. All of you should attempt the test because this is our last test of this academic year. I hope you all will attempt the test. So children, it's time to conclude our session here. Let's conclude our session here. We'll soon meet for our revision sessions. So thank you children. Thank you all of you.